Welcome to Rotherham SENDIASS virtual workshop around SEND tribunals. This specific workshop will focus on the bundle. So what is a bundle? Once you've lodged your appeal with the SEND tribunal, you'll receive a letter from them called the parent letter. This letter contains lots of information, including important dates and deadlines. You'll see that the deadline following further evidence mentions the bundle. It usually says something like, the local authority must produce and send to the tribunal and the parents or young person or alternative person an electronic copy of the bundle and also deliver to the parents a paper copy of the bundle so that it's received by, and then there's a specific date. A bundle is the file of documents that both parties and the tribunal will need to look at during the hearing. These documents are the evidence in your case. The bundle should contain all the documents that have been submitted for the hearing and that you or the other party and the tribunal panel will want to refer to during the process. All documents submitted to the other party and to the tribunal by the final evidence deadline must be included in the tribunal bundle. The local authority cannot exclude evidence from the tribunal bundle unless it's a duplicate. So who's responsible for producing the bundle, and are there rules on what it should look like? The local authority are responsible for producing and sending tribunal bundles. The bundle should contain copies and not original documents. Documents must be complete and legible. If a document is illegible or incomplete, it is the local authority's responsibility to attempt to obtain a better or complete copy. The local authority must ensure that no document is included more than once. The parent or young person's initial copy of a document should be used, and only if an exact duplicate is later submitted should it be removed. A document that contains amendments or annotations is considered to be a different document and should be included in the tribunal bundle. The tribunal bundle will be separated into different sections so it's clear and easy to follow. The documents within each part of the tribunal bundle must then be put into chronological order, starting with the oldest. An electronic version of the tribunal bundle, preferably in a PDF format, must be prepared and sent to the tribunal and parent or young person so that it is received no later than 12 noon on the date specified in the tribunal's registration directions. By the same deadline, a paper copy of the tribunal bundle must also be delivered to the parent or young person. If you have not received a paper copy, we suggest you contact the local authority and request this as soon as possible. You may wish to communicate this to the tribunal via a request for changes form. Things to be aware of. There are page limits to the evidence you and the local authority can submit. In addition to the core tribunal bundle, Part A, and the EHC plan plus appendices, if applicable in the SEN appeal, which will be Part B of the bundle, both parties will be automatically entitled to submit a limited number of pages of evidence, depending on the type of appeal or claim registered by the tribunal. You can see this information on the registration form. So what are the page limits to be aware of? If your appeal is a refusal to carry out an EHC needs assessment or a reassessment, the tribunal bundle page limits will be 100 pages for each party. If it's a refusal to issue an EHC plan appeal, again you will have a limit of 100 pages. Appeals against Section B and or Section F of an EHC plan, so that's the special educational needs and the special educational provision, there will be 100 pages in total for each party. Appeals against Section I of the EHC plan, which is the educational placement, will have a page limit of 75 pages per party. If it's a decision to cease to maintain an EHC plan, there will be 75 pages for each party. Plus, if you're also appealing different sections of the EHC plan, Sections B and F will have 100 pages and Section I will have 75 pages. Appeals following an annual review decision will have page limits applicable for parts or sections under appeal. For example, Section B, F and I will have 100 plus 75 pages, so 175 pages per party. Section B and or F will be 100 pages for each party. Requests for the tribunal to make recommendations concerning health issues under the national trial will be 50 pages, and requests for the tribunal to make recommendations concerning social care issues under the national trial will have a page limit of 50 pages for each party too. So what will the sections contain in the bundle? Section A is the core tribunal bundle, and there's no page limit to this, but it must include the parents or young person's notice of appeal form and any reasons for appeal or amendment or amended grounds of appeal, the local authority's decision letter, the local authority's response to the appeal and any supplementary or amended response, relevant correspondence between the parties and the tribunal, any requests for changes forms that are made by the parties, or all tribunal orders that have been sent, any further written submissions made by the parties, order of the tribunal, an attendance form or case review forms. Part B of the bundle will have the EHC plan, and again there's no page limit. If relevant to the appeal, a copy of the EHC plan under appeal with all the appendices listed in section K of the EHC plan. Part C of the bundle will be the parent or young person's documentary evidence submitted by the final evidence deadline, and there will be page limits that apply to this. All documents submitted in the original application to the appeal, relevant professional reports which are not already appended to the EHC plan as listed in section K, relevant correspondence, annual review reports or SEN support plans that are relevant to the issues, copies of school or college prospectus, Ofsted reports or SEN information reports, and any assessment reports that requested school or college and the offer of placement if it's applicable. Details of the cost of the proposed educational placement. Section D of the tribunal bundle will be the local authority's documentary evidence submitted by the final evidence deadline, and again they have page limits that apply. This will contain all documents submitted in response to the appeal, professional reports which are not already appended to the EHC plan, relevant correspondence, copies of school or college prospectus or Ofsted reports, correspondence consulting with the school or college, cost of proposed educational placement including transport costs, and cost of transport to the parent or young person's preferred educational placement. Part E of the bundle will contain evidence from both parties relating to health issues. Part F, any issues from both parties relating to social care. And Part G will be the final working document or the agreed list of outstanding issues, and there's no page limit to this. Part H will be a supplementary tribunal bundle, and again there's no page limit. This would be needed and would include any documents admitted in the appeal after the final evidence deadline in compliance with the tribunal order, if an adjournment order had been submitted by the tribunal, additional evidence submitted or admitted after the adjournment order, and additional documentation following an upper tribunal appeal. There may be a situation where you don't have a Part H because there's nothing containing within it. So how will you know what's included in the bundle? The local authority must provide a comprehensive index of the tribunal bundle, and for each individual document submitted as evidence, this should state the following format. So it should be a page number of where you'll find the document, the author and what position they hold, the type of document, and the date the document was written. Once you've looked at the documents and you've looked at the bundle, what if you think something's missing or if something's not quite right? Parents and young people should use the bundle index to check that the tribunal bundle that they receive contains all the documents that have been submitted to the tribunal. It's the local authority's responsibility to resolve any issues relating to missing or disputed evidence not included and brought to their attention by the other party or by the tribunal. As a last resort, the local authority will be required to prepare a supplementary tribunal bundle containing the missing evidence and send it to the other party and to the tribunal. If there was some useful evidence made available after the final deadline, what do you do? If further requests are made to the tribunal, orders issued or evidence admitted into the case after the final evidence deadline's gone, these should be included in a supplementary tribunal bundle which the local authority must send electronically to the tribunal by 12 noon, 5 working days before the hearing, or by the deadline ordered. The local authority must take 5 paper copies of the supplementary tribunal bundle to the hearing if it's a hearing that's going to be heard in person. If there's any late evidence, if either party seeks to submit late evidence after the final evidence deadline, the application must be made electronically and a copy of the evidence sent electronically to the other party and to the tribunal. The application will be considered at the final hearing, and the party making the application must take 5 paper copies to the hearing. Of course, that's only needed if it's a face-to-face hearing that takes place. Photocopying facilities are not available at hearing venues, and so it's therefore the party's responsibility to ensure that there are sufficient copies available to distribute if the application is allowed. If further evidence is admitted at the hearing, this will be recorded in the tribunal's decision or adjournment notice, and the local authority must add this to the tribunal bundle following the hearing. We recognise this is a lot of information, and if you're feeling overwhelmed because the tribunal bundle contains a lot of stuff, here's some top tips for using the bundle. Keep the bundle in a ring-bound folder so papers don't fall out of sequence. Use your paper copy on the date of the hearing, as this may be easy to navigate on the day and will reduce worry when you're using technology, particularly for virtual meetings. Use coloured dividers or coloured tabs to separate the sections so you can get to them quickly. Use a highlighter pen to draw attention to any sentences in the documents that you feel would be important to mention or ask questions about at the hearing. You may find small sticky tabs helpful to find specific documents quickly. For example, you may want to sticky tab the working document or a specific report. It's your document to organise and use how you feel is best. Here's just some useful tools that you might find helpful when you're organising your bundle. So you've got the ring binder, highlighter pens, sticky notes and sticky tabs. We hope you found this information useful and we wish you well with your appeal.